Day 24. Big deal. We're coming towards the end. I know we've gone through a lot. But by opening these, call them 30 different doors, some basics that we knew, some things we tied together from when we were a kid to now, the whole, you are what you eat. It turns out they weren't wrong. The whole, you can be anything you want. You can, but there's a whole set of rules that goes along with it, right? Who knew that you had to pretty much go against what everybody else is doing to even label that and get there? And we do, okay? And I know with a lot of us, we're working through something. And I know life's not easy. And I know that things freak us out and events happen. I know. It's not easy. And this is why I go through all of these steps that I went through. I went through them. I took them, found them, practiced them, did it for years, and they made a significant difference. And I learned to pay attention to these things over and over and over. And my life got easier, easier, easier in the ways that I wanted it to. So that again, I could get up there, do what I want, when I want, with who I want, for as long as I want. I'm creating my universe so that I can go help millions of people be their best, feel their best, do the things that they want to do with their families. I know people talk about this like it's just some dream, and you can do it too, and nobody does. But I hope that I've at least presented the things that will make a massive impact in your life. And for you, you're so good, you're already on your way. Maybe it was just one thing, and it just took me reiterating it or saying it in a different way that said, oh man, lights are on. Yes, that one thing. Hopefully that's what it is too. Either way, you can always reference this again. Come back, reference it again. Keep going through your journal, looking at things that are going to make you so much better and continue to help you on your journey. So, that segues into what we're here to talk about. Once I made a choice to not do this anymore, it made a big difference. And no one ever asked for it. I'm talking about the things that we hear a lot. Excuses. Now, not only from other people, from ourselves, right? We've talked about that as well. Where we said we were going to do something for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, tomorrow, this project, our own personal stuff. Not stuff that people pay us to do at our 9 to 5, our own personal stuff. But we don't do it. That's okay. We can do it tomorrow. We can do it the next day. We make excuses to ourselves and we buy them instantly. And we're okay with that. Oh, I know I said I'm not going to drink for this next week, but it's my buddy's birthday. But it's this, but it's Friday, but the sun came up today. Those are excuses. I don't give excuses. Especially for people that I work with. I don't give excuses. I own it, right? Extreme Ownership. Great book. Jocko Willink's Leif, Babin. Great book. You gotta own it. You have to own your actions, right? Just like we were talking echoing. When you did that and it happened, maybe you didn't echo that it would happen, but it happened. You're late. You came up short. You didn't hit your deadline. You didn't hit your goal. Whatever you didn't do, hopefully we understand what happened. I don't make an excuse for what happened. I will say the things that I'm working on to make sure that maybe it is something that I can avoid from ever happening again, right? It won't happen again. I own it. I messed up. I missed the mark. I didn't show up. It won't happen again. I will do everything in my power to make sure it doesn't happen again. These are the things that I'm going to employ to make sure it doesn't happen again. A, B, C, D. Whether that's to an employer, whether that's to myself, whether that's to my spouse or my family, recognize it, own it, move on. Let's move on, right? Falls right in line with, I don't worry about what happened in the past. I'm not focusing on that, focusing on the future. But I own it. I own it. Do not make excuses. I remember a couple of times in running teams, to drive this point home, I would make an excuse board. The whole team would see our excuse board. So when somebody had an excuse and they felt that they needed to give this excuse, I would get up and I'd put their name down and I would say, okay, say that one more time. And I'd write down their excuse and they would go, okay, sorry. Because they needed to be reminded that they were bringing an excuse. Number one, I didn't ask for an excuse. And number two, you don't need to make an excuse. Just show that you're learning. Grow from it. Move on. Own it. Better yet, don't ever create a scenario where you need to give an excuse. Usually it's because of shortcomings, right? That's all it is, kind of like a lie. Why do we lie? Because we're in fear. We don't want to be found out. Oh no, they're going to catch me. But I just tell them this, just tell them that. Lies, excuses. We don't do that. We're better for that. Part of the whole controlling as much as we can control should make it so that I'm not making an excuse. I wouldn't say that I can be there if I can't. I know I can't. I will set the expectation. You know what, Bill? I know you're having that gathering on Sunday for your daughter's birthday at 2 o'clock. I'm going to be somewhere else at 11 a.m. More than likely, I'm going to be there till 1. I'm probably not going to be there at 2. I can try and be there by 3. Would that work? Eddie, that would work perfect. It would mean the world to our family if you can be there at 3. Okay, if something changes, I'll let you know. Clear communication, clear expectations on both sides, we're good. Now there's a very simplistic version of what can happen. Same thing at work. Hey, manager, I just set an appointment for the dentist. It's next Monday at 4:30. I had to get an emergency appointment. Is that okay? I'm going to be late to work. I probably won't be there till 10. Hey, no big deal. They put it in their notes. Everybody's good. No big deal. But if you try and squeeze something in that's not realistic time-wise, and then you message, hey, I'll be there in a little bit. Hey, I'll be there in a little bit. And you get to your doctor's office and they're running late. Hey, I'll be there in a little bit. And then you get there, oh, I'm sorry. I tried and I had this. You could have done that way ahead of time in a very simple, matter-of-fact manner so that you're not making excuses. No more excuses. No more excuses. We don't do that. And this is enough, I promise, to bring up. And I hope it's something that you don't practice. And if it is something that you practice or someone else practices, you can encourage them not to do that anymore. Okay? All right. This is a simple recap. It's just a one-fer. Try and understand when you do find yourself making excuses. Is it to your spouse? Is it to your children? To your work? Is it to yourself? It's a big one. It's a very big one. Let's work on them. Okay? Let's work on them. That's the action item. Understand when it's happening. Be real with yourself. Talk to yourself. Journal about it. I seem to make excuses every time I X, Y, and Z. Okay, well then stop X, Y-ing and Z-ing so that we're not making excuses anymore. Be better. Be better. Okay? All right. Say it with me. Say it with me. Say it with me. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better, and better and better, and better and better. All right. I am amazing. Yes, you are. There is greatness in me. There you go. I got this. Yes, you do. You got this. I'm so proud of you. Thank you.